Hi, this is Chippy from Ultrabook News, and in this video I'm going to be unboxing and going over the Toshiba U940 Slider Touch Windows 8 Ultrabook. And here's the unit. So you've got oh, wait a minute, this is not the U940, this is the U940. What the hell? This is Chippy with ultrabooknews.com, and this time we're going to be unboxing and showing you around the satellite U940 from Toshiba. So apologies for that start. This is not the new U920T. I thought this was going to be the Slider Win8 Ultrabook. Turns out it's the other end of the spectrum. It's the U940, which is the U945 in the States. It's just become available now in Amazon.com for, I believe that is $6.99 at the moment, down from $7.99. A couple of interesting things about this one. I'll take you around the device just to quickly show you what's in the box. This is not brand new retail packaging, but there's the power supply. It's a standard Toshiba small power supply, and there is the unit. Also some Kurzanleitung handbooks in there, and that's pretty much it. So let's take you around the Toshiba U920T. No, the U940. Well, my apologies again. It is the Toshiba U940, U945 in the US, not the U920 Slider Windows 8 Touch Ultrabook that I was expecting. Sometimes that happens when we have covered up unboxings. Yeah, it proves at least that I hadn't unboxed it previously. Anyway, let's give you a look around and some information about this, because it's a low-cost Ultrabook. There's a couple of really nice features about it. I've had some hands-on with this before, and but first, let me tell you, it's a $699 device, so it really is at the lower end of the range. I'm sure you're going to see this discounted below that before long, based on Toshiba's previous model, which was the U840, which is was a little bit cheaper, and I think this is probably a little bit cheaper build, because it really isn't exactly what you might expect from an Ultrabook. In terms of laptops, I think this is quite a thin, light, and pretty well specified laptop. But if you're looking for ultra slim, ultra light Ultrabook, this is not it. This is really a little bit at the low end of the range. There's a plastic casing here with a sort of, yeah, slightly carbon-like finish, but it's nothing like it at all. But underneath is quite interesting. Let's just look at that, because here you've got a removable 45 watt-hour battery. So imagine, and this is cylindrical cells, probably a 3-cell, maybe a 4 cylindrical battery. So these spares are going to be fairly cheap, I would say, at least cheap to produce. I hope Toshiba makes them cheap to buy, because they're not expensive battery types here. They're standard batteries. And under here, check out the picture I posted on Twitter and Google Plus, because under here, let me just tell you what you've got. You've got 4 gig slot there, empty memory slot there. You've got a 32 gig mSATA drive here, a Samsung mSATA drive. You've got an Intel Centrino N2330 wireless here, so that's single band, dual channel, so up to 300 megabits per second. And then here you've got an a SATA 2.5-inch drive bay as well. So and it's super easy to access. This is one screw, pull the top off, and you've got access to everything. So that's quite exciting. If you want to take this from a basic hybrid hard drive system up to, say, a system with 8 gigs with the dual channel, the dual band. I'm not sure if the antennas are built in for that, so maybe I shouldn't say that. I'm talking about the dual band Wi-Fi, but certainly you've got the mSATA port and the hard drive. So you could drop a 1 to 8 gig mSATA in there, or even a 64. Put the OS on that, and then use, you can potentially put a 1 terabyte hard drive in there and have actually the best of both worlds. Operating system on the SATA drive, and then 1 terabyte of storage there. So that's the bottom of the U940, and one of the features we need to consider. As you can see, though, it's kind of messy build. This is not the most stylish of devices. Let's just give you a look at the ports, though. So Toshiba giving us big flexibility on the ports here as well, and I really like to see this. So there's a full gig E Ethernet port, a full HDMI, two USB 3s, one with sync and charge on it, a full-size SD card, and separate mic and headphone ports on that side. Flipping it over, on the other side you've got a second USB port. I don't know why that's just USB 2, but it is USB 2, Kensington lock port, and the fan out on the left hand side. Across the back there's nothing. That is, I think that might actually be metal, that component there. And then on the front there's nothing there, but you've got some activity lights there. Speakers are on the left and right underneath, so there's one there and one there. So before I show you the inside of the device, the sort of working face you have, let me tell you it's a Core i3 one, this one. Core i3 Ivy Bridge with 1.8 gigahertz nominal clock. Of course that can go down to 800 megahertz, but you don't get the turbo boost at the high end. Now, I'm not sure that's going to be a massive disadvantage. Some of the Ultrabooks out there don't turbo for very long anyway, and if you're thinking about a Core i5 which is a nominal 1.7, this is a nominal 1.8. So although you don't get the high-end turbo, you get a slightly better nominal clock. And of course it's a cheaper device. HD 4000 graphics in there just like every other, and I believe clocked just like every other Ultrabook as well. 4 gigs of RAM this comes with. Right, let's just open this up. So there's your classic Toshiba keyboard there. You either love it or you hate it, because this is a very shallow press keyboard. I use the Z830 almost every day, although recently I've been using a Lenovo Twist that's been on loan to me. I will switch to this and try and see how this gets on, because some people don't like it. If you've got a very sort of shallow level of attack, maybe it's not so good. If you've got a sort of typing style that's a little bit more like that, you might find this okay. And it is backlit as well, which is quite an advantage for a low-cost Ultrabook. Nice big touchpad there, integrated left and right mouse buttons there. Let's go to the screen. So here we are, as you can see, glossy screen unfortunately. It's a 1366 by 768 screen, so this really is mainstream stuff, and with a 14-inch screen size, it's yeah, it's very much mainstream. It's not high-end at all. So don't expect to be having, you know, two windows side by side as you work on this. This is very much something for on the go, but of course with all those ports available, we'll be able to use external screens as well. I'm looking at the top here, I can see a webcam, probably an indicator light or maybe an ambient light sensor, but on the outside of that I'm seeing what looks like dual array mics. So this could be something for Skype. If that camera's pretty good, the dual array mics will really help there. Nothing really else on the device. I'm just looking. The function keys have been reversed, so that's nice. Useful for most people to have those. So there are the reversed function keys. There's some media player controls on here: volume up and down, mute, Wi-Fi, and I presume that brings up a panel. You can choose Wi-Fi and Bluetooth off. Of course, Toshiba have the extra row on the right-hand side for page up, page down, home and end as well. Yeah, backlit keyboard, and yeah, definitely one where I know some people have had a few problems on this style of keyboard. I personally am okay because I have a slightly higher level of attack on the keys, but some of you maybe that have a shallow attack on the keys might have a little bit of a problem, because there's not too much in terms of depth on the press there, on the key press. Nice big mouse pad here with integrated left and right mouse buttons. Feels okay, although there's a little bit of wobble on the frame there. Apart from that, that's it. There's a power button here. So let's just switch it on and give you a quick thought on the screen. For those of you that haven't used Windows 8, the log on and setup process is fairly quick, fairly straightforward. I've registered my Microsoft account, so this should be actually syncing settings from the cloud as well, so this should be pretty nice. But the Windows 8 setup is fairly straightforward, fairly easy to get through. And that only took a couple of minutes to get my screen ready. We have, of course, no touchscreen here, so your using the mouse to scroll away. Should be a multi-touch there. Why is that not multi-touch scrolling? Okay, and why am I not seeing that on the right hand side? Okay, maybe some settings to do. There we go. Okay, the mouse wasn't installed. Mouse driver wasn't installed at that point. So there we go. So 1366 by 768 glossy screen. There are reasonable viewing angles on the left and right, but this isn't an IPS screen, so a little bit of inversion there, and of course the fading on that as well. So not the perfect screen, but certainly workable for one person, and it seems pretty bright. Let's you won't see that on the video here, but bright, pretty bright screen, and the colour's not too bad. A little bit washed, maybe some improvement could be had there. Anyway, so that's a little look at the U940, not the U920T, the U940, the low-cost Ultrabook from Toshiba. Don't forget, you've got that great feature on the bottom, the access ports here, good set of ports. It's not a super thin, not a super light device, 1.7 kilograms, but we're going to do some good testing on this at ultrabooknews.com over the next week or so. Let me know if you've got questions, and don't forget to like the video, and we'll see you on the next video. My name's Chippy, thanks for watching. So for those of you that watched to the end, a little bit of a bonus part of the video for you. Just want to show you the removable battery and the access panel. 45 watt hour battery, so not huge, but it should be fairly cheap, and I hope Toshiba provide those at a reasonable price. But here's the bit I really want to show you, which is really great for those that want to do some sort of storage and memory upgrades. It's not completely easy to get off. You just have to get this side done, and then you're away. Right, there we go. Let's zoom in and just show you what we got here. So there's the 4 gig memory module, spare slot there for a second module. So I got a feeling this will go to 16 gigs, at least 8 anyway. Then look here, this is the mSATA port, so that's a Samsung 32 gig mSATA drive in there. Potentially you could pull that out, put a 128 in there, or even a 64. Get rid of this here, which is the 500 gig drive. Save some weight, save some noise, save some heat. Or drop yourself in a nice 1 terabyte drive there, run the OS on the mSATA drive, and have 1 terabyte of storage there. The Centrino N2330 module is there. That's Bluetooth 4 as well. So really easy access to everything. You can probably just pull that out. Maybe there's 1 or 2 screws that you'll need to do that to get that out. But that is the special feature on this Ultrabook. You know, we haven't seen a lot of Ultrabooks that have the sort of upgradable memory and drive, so it's really nice to see that, and that will really add a lot of value to this low-cost Ultrabook. So that's it. Again, questions below. Stay tuned to ultrabooknews.com, where we're going to review this over the next week or two. Thanks for watching.